2010, there will be 2 crore deaths due to people being overweight. People, for instance, the health ministry has tweaked the diagnostic cutoff for BMI to 23 today, and it's only because more and more people are being overweight. There's no awareness really. Your response, Shalini?
First of all, I can't believe, doctor's opening speech, because as a doctor, you understand the health benefits, right? People just don't come to look good. They want to feel good. And the only way they can do that is to exercise, not to fit into a mini dress or a, sleeveless top. And as a 40-year-old and above, I kind of fit into that bracket. I don't want to fit into any mini dress. When I walk into a room, whatever size I am, okay, I want people to notice me, but I want to be fit, to be able to pursue, all the activities that I want to do. It might be just my day-to-day activities as well, and I can't do that unless I'm healthy from within.
In today's context, a fat child, a chubby child is considered healthy. If you've got a bulging belly, prominent Madhya Pradesh, as they say, it's considered a sign of prosperity. Do you agree?
I think it used to be considered a sign of prosperity where you ate really well because you were doing well with your business or whatever. But I think it's foolish to say that in today's world, if somebody passes a comment like that, saying that, look at my belly, I'm so prosperous. I mean, all you have to say is, man, there's something ridiculous going on over here. You need to change your mentality and move on. Get to the gym, cut that belly off, or you're going to die young.
They say India is the diabetes capital of the world. We still spend just 1% of the world expenditure on treating diabetes. Diabetes is such a silent killer that more than 4 times the number of people who die because of drinking and smoking. Is this because it's a reality? Fitness is a reality?
Juvenile diabetes is something that you're born with, and you kind of deal with it, and exercise is the best way to beat that. But diabetes, I guess that you kind of discover later on, and the only way to beat that is through exercise, and that's why you head to a gym.
Okay, that's the reason why so many people are turning diabetic even at a young age. So many people are diagnosed with high BP, hypertension because of their sedentary lifestyles. Is that because gyms are flourishing, or are people going to the gym because the doctors have sent them there?
That could also be the case, that yes, the doctors definitely send their people to the gym, because how else are they going to get aware? Because their parents don't teach them. They don't tell them, oh, you're not supposed to be eating, high glycemic index foods, or you shouldn't be eating rice 24 hours. It's the doctor who kind of tells them, yes, you need to do this.
So you plead guilty there?
Sorry?
You plead guilty then?
I don't plead guilty.
No, you don't plead guilty.
I'm saying that yes, so they have to go to their gyms, but that awareness should be there.
All right, Shalini, cholesterol. How many people know that they have high cholesterol? How many people know what a lipid test is all about? How many people there's always a fear of the unknown, that people don't want to go and do their tests because they know that something will be terribly amiss.
See, hospitals, I think, have a huge role to play in propagating, various issues like cholesterol, diabetes, and etc. So if it didn't begin there, it would begin when you take a master health checkup, and a lot of people are doing that now. It's just not, when you're older, but even younger people, because of the stressful life that they lead, they take master health checkups, and when it comes out, you really need to do something about it.
All right, Prahlad, the treadmill often becomes a place to dry clothes at home, right? There are gyms in the offices, in IT companies, which no one uses. People take their car to go to the park, which is just 2 minutes away. People find it difficult to even tie their shoelaces, which is why we are told that there are a lot of shoe companies which have come up only with slip-ons. Laces are going out of fashion. I don't know why some people wear belts also, because it's not seen.
What do you want me to say about that?
You have to respond to this. This is a trend. This is a trend, and you're saying that fitness is a reality.
This is a trend. I'll tell you why. Because first of all, when you want to get fit, it has to come mentally. You have to want to get fit, Sanjay, and you have to be aware of the things that could happen to you if you don't get fit. For example, your belly and tying the shoelace, and maybe it benefits the companies who make slip-ons and stuff like that, but it definitely doesn't benefit people who are in that situation. So I feel the awareness should be there, and people should start, hitting the machines and getting fit.
The fitness guru has turned philosopher on the show. All right, Shalini.
It's all in the mind.
People eating food with a high glycemic index, the amount of rice that they eat, a plate heaped with rice, oil is being reheated. You go into any food court in an IT company, and you'll find all the oil of Arabia floating there. People are still having only budgies, pizzas, colas for snacks. Is there awareness? Are people really serious about their health, the way they're going around binging?
See, there is a lot of awareness, and you know, you have to kind of like be aware, and what is limits for you. You know, you have to set your own limits, and even a weekend binging, I really don't think it's right at all, because what you save up the whole week, you spend that weekend. It's really not worth it.
But there are a lot of people who eat whole tubs of ice cream over the weekend. All right.
That's why they remain the way they are.
Okay. Prahlad, the whole concept of unwinding has been turned on its head. Instead of unwinding, people wind up more. One way to unwind is to sit in front of the TV with a bowl of chips, or go to a party and drink till the cows come home. And then you go for your next lipid profile and you see your triglycerides have gone through the roof.
So hence, we should find better ways of unwinding.
Okay, he doesn't want to be boxed into a corner. Difficult to box him into a corner anyway. Shalini, your next question to you. You have the smoking ban, but you just have to go out of the studio onto the road and see what a joke it is. It's gone up in smoke. So people want to die in installments. We are told that the incidence of oral cancer in Chennai is among the highest, correct me if I'm wrong, doctor, among the highest in South India, particularly in Chennai. Is this because people are aware about fitness? Is it because fitness is a reality as you and your partner claim it is?
No, I think it's a very small segment of society that even doctor or what you are speaking about. I mean, at large, I think everybody is aware, because first of all, you know, television channels like you are propaganding, you know, what the benefits of fitness, and even like, you know, what would the ill effects of cancer and other, you know, diseases would be. So, I mean, there is just no way that you could avoid but not listen to it.
We also have a show called Feeding Frenzy, I must remind you. All right, last question to you.
Media has a really important role to play here, and I think you're doing a good job.
Thank you. Prahlad, last question to you. This concept of a PT period, physical training period, has become a joke in almost all schools. I don't know how many schools have playgrounds, and those that do, the PT period is taken up for some special class in science, maths, physics, chemistry or whatever. The PT master is actually some other teacher, is not even skilled. So, and it's just 1 hour in the whole week. And even in that 1 hour, kids are doing something else.
I think they need to start playing after school. That's
no, after school they have homework. So
and the PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation, Facebook, yeah.
Well, the principals need to be aware of these things, that PT should be PT. I mean, you need to spend at least an hour every day on your PT. So, school should reform their entire structure and make PT compulsory every day.
But they wear black shoes on 5 days of the week and kids only on 1 day of the week. So, that itself is an indicator.
No, they can change it. No, they have those sneakers.
Yeah, they are bad enough carrying so many books, they'll carry shoes also. All right, thank you very much. Team 1, to you now.
Okay, Sanjay.
This whole thing of age management, lifestyle management, what is there to manage about age? I mean, why can't people just age gracefully?
Yeah, that's a very good question, because it's all about graceful aging. Now the problem is premature aging. Aging is no more a problem. Now, as you rightly quoted with all the statistics so far now about how Chennai is leading with oral cancer to diabetes to, you know, all lifestyle disorders. Now this is causing a premature aging, just not at the physical level, hormonally, where you find again in Chennai we are leading in infertility, primary infertility as well, and it's taking a toll at every angle. And as you rightly know, the World Health Organization has defined health as a state of physical, mental, moral, social well-being, and not just merely an absence of disease or infirmity. So someday we have to look at it holistically when we talk about fitness, and not just exercising or diet alone or unwinding. It has to club and it has to be personalized for people to see the difference.
Okay, Dr. Raj, the number of gyms that have, it's big business today. The number of gyms that have mushrooms. Look at the number of gym trainers even in this audience. The number of yoga centers. Today there are people, even corporates are giving out gym memberships as prizes. So there's this whole awakening that's taken place. Don't you agree?
Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly, there has been a
You also plead guilty now?
No, not guilty. But it's not enough. Number one, I still believe that we need to go from fatness to fitness. You look at medicine and health in terms of years. If you look at the last 3 years, for example, see the number of gyms versus the number of people getting heart attacks at 25, 28, versus the number of people with high cholesterol, versus the number of sick youngsters. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Yes, in a few places like in the metros, hearts of the metros, a few more gyms have come up maybe. But there's still not an overall increasing awareness. Like you said, you see the number of bags of potato chips that are going around, or popcorn and milkshakes at the city centers and Inoxes. And these gyms too, the point I'm trying to make here, and I think this is the nub of the debate. There are gyms, But the people are not going to gyms like in the yoga at the Anga Madana to say the body should not be an obstacle to whatever the soul or the mind wants to do. They're not going for that. They're going to look nice at parties to wear size 0 or to have a slimmer waist to not have a paunch or to have nice biceps.
Six pack, okay.
Yes.
Doc, the number of salad bars, people are, they've seen that as a business opportunity. The number of salad bars, the number of juice shops. People are eating healthy, you must agree. People are eating healthy. There are those who even count the number of almonds every morning. So
very less people, and I think it's just
only
not
your patients, is it?
Oh yeah. See, actually it's very less people, and second thing is it doesn't stop there. See, you don't know what are the hidden things which comes in a food or a salad. Though you call it a healthy salad, you really have to understand how balanced these things are. We are looking at food in the form of balance and moderation, just not saying salads are the only healthy food. Even you can make pakoras healthy. It is something where...
Oh, tell me all about that after the show.
Yeah. See, it's all more about like combination. Only 2 words I feel with food is moderation and balance.
Okay, I've heard of chocolate pakoras which you get in
And
Pondicherry.
dark chocolates are good for health.
Dark chocolates are good for health. Say that again.
Yes,
Say that again.
Dark chocolates are good for health.
Dark chocolates are good for health. Okay.
80%.
Your wife's listening too.
80% cocoa. Yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Yes.
Hats off to you.
Thank you.
Dr. Rajya, aerobics, the number of people signing up for aerobics classes. Also, you don't necessarily need to watch Richard Gere and Shall We Dance to sign up at some salsa center. The number of youngsters taking to dance as well, as So, there is a clear shift from those who take it up just to, to fit into size 0, but also because of their health in mind, for genuine interest.
There is a shift, but there's a very, very small shift and not enough. In 2 words, not enough. He was saying people, Pranav was just saying, people go in because 25-year-olds realize that they might get heart attacks. How many 25-year-olds or 20-year-olds entering gyms enter thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to get a heart attack at 40. It's not true. And I think even dancing, the commonest reason why people go for dancing is only one, social dancing. They only go to be able to dance at the parties. No one goes to learn Cuban salsa in order to be able to avoid a heart attack at 45.
Absolutely.
If that's the truth, then I would just plead guilty and lose the debate.
Absolutely.
You tell me that the people here are going to learn Cuban salsa or to learn merengue to say, oh my gosh, I want to avoid a heart attack. And then I'll agree that people are doing it. It's not for that. It's
And one more, I think it is to impress the spouse or the partner. Or
not
to
impress the
look
spouse.
attractive.
Usually
Yeah.
I was just coming to that. I was just coming to that. See, the clapping initiated by doctors from your hospital. Anyway, to you next, Dr. Kausalya.
Yeah.
The number of people, I'm sure you've heard of, the jogging track at the Marina Beach.
Right.
I'm sure you've heard of Chain Reaction, which is a group of cycling enthusiasts who go every morning, who cycle from Chennai to Mahabalipuram.
Yes.
Right. So people are using their weekends creatively, productively, and not to actually sit with that bowl of chips, not to sit with that tub of ice cream, but people are actually using their weekends to burn those excess calories of flab or to unwind in a positive sense. You don't agree?
At least the effort, yes, but I think there is no consistency in what they do. I think it's maybe, only weekends alone is not going to give any kind of an fitness to anybody. And if what you say is true, and in 2007, I think when India was declared to be the diabetic by WHO, 50.7 million people. Today it's crossed 70 million. So if fitness has to be a reality, then why is this huge shift in the diabetes, and where WHO is spotted as overweight and obesity be a main cause for India being top in diabetes today?
All right, Dr. Raj, the eating patterns of people, would you agree, have changed? Rice is being replaced by chapatis, not necessarily refined wheat, but even maida. People are cutting down on red meat. People are going in for organic food. You go to a breakfast spread at a star hotel, you have this concept of brunch that's come in, and you stand within earshot of the chef, and you will get people telling him, I want an omelette, but I want it without the yolk. So eating habits have changed.
Sanjay, somebody asked whether India is a forward or a backward country, and they said it's an awkward country. I mean, look, you're talking about a chef, brunch, 5-star hotel replacing rice with fulka. This probably happens in 0.001% of the population. I mean, a couple of months ago, I was in a little town called Engelberg in Germany. Population 65,000. I saw about 700 people bicycling and walking and running about. Chennai population with suburbs is between 12 and 19 million. And you see the same 500 or 600 people cycling or running. So it's about statistics, about the number of people who are walking. So for us, seeing 500 people walking looks like a big number, but for a population of 12 million, it's such an infinitesimally small number.
Okay. Speaking of that, Dr. Kausalya, now I'm not talking only about 5-star hotels, even the ordinary hotels, take even for instance Sangeeta's and the Saravana Bhavans, they all started using olive oil.
Not really.
Many of them at least advertise that they're using olive oil.
They may advertise, but what really goes in is something which may be another debatable issue here, yes. And second thing is about, as I mentioned it to you before, I think it's more towards moderation, whether it's masala dosa or a ghee roast. You really have to understand, you can't have that large portion. You said they're having brunch, skipping breakfast, having brunch, you're having 2 full meals. So it's
But they don't have
excess
lunch.
calories.
They don't have lunch after that.
Yeah, it's a brunch where 2 meals at one go. It's a huge amount of calories going in. So what's the point in saying like, oh, I've skipped my breakfast to have a heavy meal? So I
5
think
days later, I only say use olive oil and eat the same masala dosa, everything. You may die 5 days later. Big deal.
All right, final question to you, Doc. People are willing to go under the knife, under the surgeon's knife.
Yes.
Number of liposuction cases that you yourself have done.
Yes.
So people are willing to go that extra mile to lose weight. Sometimes even if it's not possible to, take the clothes off the treadmill, and people are still,
Take the clothes off themselves. Yeah, but I must tell you, Sanjay, but that's mostly people who are either in stars, or film stars, or television channels.
Don't say journalists. No,
who
no.
make money
And in
with
their case, yeah, their vocation depends upon having that little roll taken off from here or here, and it's not the average person on the road who walks in. I agree with you, and I agree with in that way. I agree with the opponents that yes, there's been a little bit of a trend, but what we are saying is it's not enough. It still largely remains a fad. It's still not for the sake of overall right round fitness. I'd like to say one last thing to this audience, if you don't mind. There are 6 basic movements: is sitting, standing up, pushing, pulling, twisting, and squatting. These are the basic 6 movements that everybody needs to get fitness. You ask the people who are entering gyms, how many of the every 100 are going to make these basic 6 movements proper? They're not going for that. And it will be nice if more people go for that. We would like it if more and more people think the way Shalini and Prahlad are thinking. But the fact remains that we have to accept that they aren't at this point in time.
Stay tuned. Don't touch that remote, because I'd really like to see Prahlad coming up with his rebuttal to Dr. Raj.